Okay, so one thing I like to do is point out things in Photoshop that I find out, usually after doing it the hard way, that there's a much easier way to do it. And I kind of go into the assumption that I might not be the only one that this happens to, so maybe I am, and maybe everybody knew about this, but hopefully if you're watching this, you'll find out a new trick. And it's called the crop and straighten automation. It's something that I knew that it was there, but it's just I used it so seldomly that I kind of forgot. And then for some reason my family thinks I know Photoshop, so they give me all their photographs to scan in and get up on the web and email to everybody. Well, I can't rid them of this, so I always get their photographs, and these are some photographs of some of the older members in my family from a long time ago. And I scanned them on my scanner, and I went about cropping and straightening these photos. And after I got through the first one, I started thinking, I was like, God, I know there's a way to do this in Photoshop that should be a lot faster. So I went under the Automate menu, and sure enough, if you go File, Automate, there's an option for crop and straighten photos. So let's take a look at the image I've got here first. As you can see, I've got 6 images that I scanned in. Some of them are a little bit crooked, and some of them are straight, some of them are not. Some of them are closer together because I tried to squeeze them in on the scanner. So let's take a look at what crop and straighten does to this, and then I'll go over some pointers for you afterwards. I'm going to choose File, Automate. We'll choose Crop and Straighten Photos, and Photoshop's just going to go through and it's going to crop each one, and then it's actually going to straighten it for us. So I don't need to go in and straighten the photographs. Let's take a look. This is a good example here. If you look at the original image, notice that this photograph was indeed slanted to the right a little bit. If I come look here, and let's zoom in on this one. If I come look, it's actually cropped the photograph for me and it straightened it out. So it saved me a lot of time. I don't need to go and do that by myself. Let's close down that one. We can take a look at another one. And again, that photograph was slanted just a little bit, and that straightened it out for me and it cropped it. Cropped it pretty well. And lastly, we've got this one. Now, it straightened the photograph, but the photograph was rotated to one side, so it's not going to fix that. So all I'd need to do is just come in, image, rotate canvas 9 degrees clockwise, counterclockwise, and but Photoshop did actually straighten it as best it could. It's just it couldn't rotate it for us. So there we go. That's actually a photograph of my older brother a long time ago. Anyway, off the topic, back onto the topic, let's take a look at the last one that we have here. And these were the photos along the right side of the image. And look what it did. It actually thought that was one photograph, and it cropped it away as one photo. And that is because they were significantly, they were significantly closer together than the photos on this side. So you can visually, just by looking at the screen, you can see how much closer they are. So one thing to keep in mind, Adobe recommends 1/8 of an inch between photos that you put on your scanner. You may even want to go a little bit larger because it really saves you time down the line. So you might not fit one more photo onto the scanner, but it really saves you a lot of time. So be sure to try to just make sure that you space those photographs out. So hope you enjoyed this tutorial on the crop and straighten automation in Photoshop, and we'll see you again next time. Thanks.